I saw the most messed up crap I've ever seen in my life on Netflix the other day. I've seen two messed up things on Netflix, and I watched both of them. One of them was called Body Modification, so I was like, oh, great. So me and my cousin and Luke, like, started to watch it, and, like, the first part was this guy, and he was like, oh, I do this burlesque show, and I dress up like freaking, what's her name? I don't know. Joan Rivers, the creepy, oh god, and it like showed how he does his makeup to look like her and everything, and he's like, I've spent over $1 million on my costumes and makeup, and I spend $200 on makeup, like, every week. So, that wasn't a good way to start the video. Okay. So, we watched this documentary, and there's like this whole like 20-minute segment of people getting cut into and like the most messed up crap, and like Rachel puked that night, just letting you know. Like, she threw up. Anyways, they were like cutting into people and like doing all this plastic surgery, and that was like a 20-minute thing, and then they had like this whole like hour-long thing on people doing things to like their ting-tings, you know? Like, I don't want to say the word, but it was like modifications, and there was like tongue splitting, and like there's this one where he like gets this metal bar like for this show, and he like pops it through his cheek and out the other one, and it makes this noise. And there was like scarification, which was pretty bad, and like 3D tattoos where they like brand your skin. So I don't know where I was going with that, but that's what I watched. And then we saw this documentary on snuff films, and if you don't know what that is, that's where people like black market videos of people getting killed, like they purposefully film murders. And I had nightmares, and there was like real, like, it was, the purpose of it was to like, oh, are these films real? And are they really like getting out there and getting profited from like the whole murder industry? Like, it was weird. I don't know. And then they like showed films from like possible snuff films where you're like supposed to like think about if it's real or not. If it's real. Like, I don't know. I didn't think they would show crap like that on Netflix. Just saying. And then we watched like 20 minutes of like 5 movies, if that makes sense. Like, we tried to find some scary movies, but it was crap. Like, there was nothing good on there. And so finally, I was like, hold on. So, I saw this movie preview for The Right, which has Anthony Hopkins in it. And I was like, okay, let's just go to Redbox and get a movie that like is probably going to be good because it has Anthony Hopkins in it. So we got it, and it was basically this guy like wanted to be a priest, so he was like struggling with like his faith and stuff. So he was like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this anymore, and oh, blah blah blah. And then Anthony Hopkins guy is like, hey, why don't you come try out this exorcism with me? And he's like, okay. And it's just like, it's a whole movie, like, there was some like stuff that wasn't supposed to be funny, but it was. Like, there's this one part where they're like visiting the home of this possessed boy, and like Anthony Hopkins grabs this pillow and he like starts ripping it open, and he's like, oh my god, it's the devil, and he like pulls out this frog from the pillowcase, and it's just the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. And I'm gonna try to find it on YouTube and link it, like, if I post this video, because it's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. And like at the end, I don't know if I want to spoil that for you guys. It's not, whatever. Okay, so Anthony Hopkins ends up being like the devil, like he's possessed. It's just it's not even scary. Now I'm freaked out because I'm talking about it Home Alone, but it was just, I don't know. It wasn't predictable. Well, I didn't think it was predictable because I'm kind of not the fastest thinker ever, but like, he wasn't even scary, and his skin was all weird, and the scariest one was the girl, and she was pregnant, and like you could see like the demon like in her belly. It was, I don't know, I'm looking for good movies because I've seen like everything, and I guess I assumed that something on Netflix would work and something on Redbox would be better than Netflix, and it wasn't. So if you haven't seen that movie, don't watch it, because it's not scary. And like the acting, I think it might have been the acting that was so bad, but like